Hello, welcome to Airing It Out, where we are mindlessly kind of wandering the woods in some prairies and stuff like that, trying to figure out existence. So, join along. Let's go. So one of the things that I've been really kind of contemplating is John 1:1 lately. And for my fellow Christians who have grown up in the faith, John 1:1 especially is one of the verses that's probably the most controversial, even when you break it down to the Greek. But in the English version, we're kind of unprivileged because our version, if you don't know the verse, essentially says that in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and that everything you see out here, all of existence and creation, came from that exact same thing. Now, that's important to us because the way our faith works is that, one, Jesus is technically God, but is also the Son of God, and the Holy Spirit is also technically God, but so on and so forth, right? So we have the three persons in one same thing. Now, if you go back to the Greek and really start to break this down, they do use two different words, logos and theos, to describe John 1:1. There's a differentiation between the words when they say God, which the English language doesn't give us at all. However, there's no real distinction when they actually say in the Word was God and with God and so on and so forth. So what they're actually telling you is that essentially when they use the interchangeable, or not necessarily interchangeable, when they use the different words for God, they're saying that there is some sort of continuum between the Logos, God, and Theos, God. So essentially, what they're trying to tell you, as far as I can see, is that in the beginning was God. Think of it like a thread. And out of that thread, God spoke. And He spoke in such a way that created all of creation. Another thread. Now that's to say, you see these parallels across all of Christianity, right? You look through the entire Bible. There's the Trinity, there's our relationship with Christ, there's essentially how everything else works. And what I mean by that is, if you think of God, the original thread, expanding on Himself outward and going, well, the end thread that makes up this entire blanket that we call creation is not exactly the same as me, but a part of me. I think that's kind of how we ought to break this whole thing down. Think on it.